Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com, the third week of October 2022. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Singer Joyce Sims died October 15, 2022, at the age of 63. She had an international hit in 1987 with Come Into My Life. Sims is also being remembered for R&B singles including All and All and Looking for a Love. Actress Anne Flood died October 7, 2022 in Stamford, Connecticut at the age of 89. She starred on The Edge of Night as Nancy Pollock Carr for 22 years, the soap opera's longest-running cast member. Flood is also being remembered for roles on shows including Search for Tomorrow and As the World Turns. Actor and musician Mike Schank died October 13, 2022, after fighting cancer at the age of 53. He was a star of the cult classic documentary American Movie, featured as the best friend of filmmaker Mark Borchardt. Schank is being remembered for his quiet humor and loyal friendship. Basketball player Lucious Jackson died October 12, 2022, at a hospital in Houston. He died of heart problems at the age of 80. He was a power forward with the Philadelphia 76ers in the 1960s and 70s. Jackson is also being remembered as a member of the gold medal-winning U.S. men's basketball team at the 1964 Summer Olympics. Baseball player Bruce Sutter died October 13, 2022, at a hospice in Cartersville, Georgia. He died of cancer at the age of 69. He was a relief pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, and Atlanta Braves, helping the Cardinals to a World Series victory in 1982. Sutter is being remembered as a Hall of Famer with a devastating split-finger fastball and one of the game's first great closers. Actor and stuntman Ted White died October 14, 2022, at his home at the age of 96. He played Jason Voorhees in the classic slasher movie Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. He is also being remembered for doing stunts for actors including John Wayne, Clark Gable, and Fess Parker. White was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran of World War II. Musician Noel Duggan died October 15, 2022, in Donegal, Ireland, at the age of 73. He was a founding member of the Grammy Award-winning Irish band Clannad, playing guitar and singing. Duggan is being remembered for helping bring Celtic music to a worldwide audience. Civil rights leader Charles Sherrod died October 11, 2022, at his home in Albany, Georgia. He died of lung cancer at the age of 85. He was one of the co-founders of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, one of the powerful organizations fighting for civil rights in the 1960s. Sherrod is being remembered for his commitment to working alongside civil rights allies of all races. Astronaut James McDivitt died October 13, 2022, in Tucson, Arizona. He died in his sleep at the age of 93. He was the commander of two NASA missions, Gemini 4, in which the first U.S. spacewalk was performed, and Apollo 9, a key piece of preparation for the moon landing. He is being remembered for his UFO sighting while he was piloting Gemini 4. He later determined the object was probably a reflection distorted by the ship's thick glass. McDivitt was a U.S. Air Force veteran of the Korean War. María Salud Ramírez Caballero died October 16, 2022, in Santa Fe de la Laguna, Mexico, at the age of 109. She became known as the real-life Mama Coco in recent years for her resemblance to the character from the Pixar film Coco. Ramírez Caballero is being remembered for the pottery she made and for her willingness to be photographed by tourists who loved the movie. Musician Robert Gordon died October 18, 2022, after fighting acute myeloid leukemia at the age of 75. He was a leader of the rockabilly revival of the 1970s, recording with legendary guitarist Link Wray. He is being remembered for songs including his version of Marshall Crenshaw's Someday Someway. Gordon served in the National Guard. Football player Charley Trippi died October 19, 2022, at his home in Athens, Georgia, at the age of 100. The oldest living Pro Football Hall of Famer, he led the Chicago Cardinals to victory in the 1947 NFL championship game. He is also being remembered for his college career at the University of Georgia, where he was named MVP of the 1943 Rose Bowl and was the runner-up for the 1946 Heisman Trophy. Trippi was a veteran of the U.S. Army Air Forces, having interrupted his college career to serve in World War II. Actor Robbie Coltrane died October 14, 2022, at a hospital in Larbert, Scotland, at the age of 72. He was widely known for playing the beloved half-giant Hagrid in the Harry Potter film series. Coltrane is also being remembered for his roles in 2 James Bond films, as well as the movie From Hell and the TV series Cracker. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Wisconsin have been lowered in honor of Wisconsin Firefighters Memorial Day. Flags in Michigan have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Army Private First Class Soldier Lowell Smith, who was reported missing in action during World War II. His remains were recently identified and returned home for burial. Flags in Alaska have been lowered to honor the memory of former Senate President Leland Chansey Croft. Flags in New Hampshire have been lowered to honor the memory of retired Derry Police Chief Edward Garone. Flags in Georgia have been lowered to honor the memory of State Representative Henry Wayne Howard. Flags in North Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of the innocent lives lost in the tragedy in East Raleigh's Headingham neighborhood last week. Flags in South Dakota have been lowered to honor the memory of former Governor Harvey Woolman. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 15 years ago this week, actress Deborah Kerr died at the age of 86. She was the star of classic films including The King and I and From Here to Eternity. 15 years ago this week, actor and comedian Joey Bishop died at the age of 89. He was a member of the Rat Pack who starred in movies including Ocean's 11. 25 years ago this week, actress Audra Lindley died at the age of 79. She was best known for starring as Mrs. Roper on the sitcom Three's Company. 45 years ago this week, musician Ronnie Van Zant died at the age of 29. He was the lead singer and a founding member of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Basketball player Manute Bol was born 60 years ago this week. He died in 2010 at the age of 47. Standing 7 feet 7 inches tall, he was tied for the tallest player in NBA history. Musician Dizzy Gillespie was born 105 years ago this week. He died in 1993 at the age of 75. He was one of the greatest jazz trumpeters of all time, known for his bent horn and puffed-out cheeks. Actor Bela Lugosi was born 140 years ago this week. He died in 1956 at the age of 73. He became a horror movie icon when he starred in the influential 1931 film Dracula as the blood-sucking title character. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.